Hey folks, today's a big day. I just picked up the Nikon D7100 to replace my old Nikon D7000. We're going to review a couple of the features of the 7100 and transfer over everything from the old D7000 to the new camera. Let's take a look and see what we got. So let's unbox the 7100. I also picked up two accessories, the wireless mobile adapter enabling me to upload pictures to social media, and a remote. The 7100 has some great advantages over the 7000. It's 24 megapixel compared to 16, it has 51 focus points compared to 39, and now they're using a new Toshiba sensor without an optical low-pass filter, giving overall better picture quality. Here's the accessory box. And we should see an improvement in low light performance. Now let's take a look at the camera. There are a few other advantages over the 3-year-old D7000. It has built-in HDR, improved in-camera editing, 5-frame exposure bracketing compared to only 3 on the 7000. It also has a higher quality 3.2-inch screen compared to only 3-inch on the 7000. And it has a built-in stereo audio mic and a new 1.3 crop mode. Let's take some of the items off the old camera and bring them over to the new. First I'll take the body cap off. And I'm going to bring over the 28-300 Nikkor lens along with a 2x teleconverter which will multiply the lens by 2, giving us 600mm of reach. The new crop mode on the 7100 allows the 51 focus points to fill the frame. With this combination we should get a great shot of the moon. And here's the rig. I also used a 1x magnifier over the viewfinder to help focus. It installs very easily, just slips over the eye cup. And now let's bring over the two memory cards. Having two memory cards is a great advantage. You can have the camera write each picture to 2 cards for backup. It can write a JPEG to one and RAW to the other, or just fill the first card and jump over to the second automatically. It also gives the obvious advantage of affording lots of space. I'm going to format the memory cards and enter my name in the camera that is carried with every picture I take in the Exif Data, which we'll show on Flickr in a minute. You can also add in an email address or a web address. Now let's bring over the battery. I know this one has a charge. This rechargeable battery from Nikon can also be used with the D800, 600, and any of the D7000 series cameras. It slips in very easily. Now let's bring over the tripod mount. This camera also has a digital rangefinder for manual focus. Pick one focus point and turn the focus ring left and right, and you'll get an arrow telling you which way to turn it until it turns into a circle, letting you know that you're focused in on that single point. The video is improved, giving you 60 frames per second in full 1080p for slow motion. It also has an intervalometer for time-lapse photography and an option for double exposure to do a couple of tricks. Let's see what they give you in the accessory box. A power cord for the charger, an RCA cable, a battery recharger, the Nikon strap, and a few minor other accessories. Now the 7100 is ready to go. Let's take a shot of the moon with the 300mm lens, the 2x teleconverter in crop mode, and see what we get. So here's the very first shot with the new 7100. As you can see, the file name is DSC0001. But it's really not in focus, and that was due to the 2x teleconverter. So I took it off, and let's take a look at the second shot. Now you can see the moon in really great detail, and this is where an APS-C sensor really comes in handy when you're shooting things at a long distance, and the Nikon D7100 is a spectacular camera. You really need to shop for a camera for picture quality and not for razzle-dazzle features, and this 7100 really proves itself to be a great camera. Let's take a look at the Exif Data. Now as you can see, Flickr lists the image number telling you exactly how many pictures have been taken with that camera. Image number here is 4, and this was really only the second shot, so they must have taken 2 pictures with it at the factory for testing. Let's scroll up and see where I entered in my name. Now you can see my name is entered in for artist and copyright, but you can also enter in an email address or a website. The Exif Data really gives a lot of information about the picture. It tells when and where the picture was taken and with what equipment. Now let's take a look at a couple of the accessories I bought for the camera and see how they work. So let's put the camera in crop mode and take a look at a couple of other features. We'll click on Menu. We're starting at the camera icon here, and we'll go down to Image Area. Right now it's on the full size, 24 by 16, but if we move down one, 18 by 12, that's the crop mode. It zooms in a little bit more, and it's a lot better than just an optical zoom. Let's select that. A couple of the other great features about this camera is that it shoots HDR in camera. It was a little bit difficult to configure, and I'll go over what had to be done. Image quality, I normally shoot in RAW, but it has to be JPEG to shoot in HDR, so we'll put it on JPEG. Some of the other configuration is on top of the camera. It has to be in manual, aperture, shutter, or program mode, or HDR won't work. Now, out of instinct, I automatically started bracketing my pictures with the bracket button here, and that also prevented HDR from working. So you can't be in bracketing mode, you can't be in automatic, and you have to shoot in JPEG for HDR to light up. We'll scroll down, and HDR is lit up. We'll go over to the right, HDR mode is off. I'll leave the strength on high because I did shoot in low and I almost couldn't notice it. Now there are a couple of settings here. On single photo is just to take one single HDR shot. It doesn't bracket as we know it. It takes one shot and that makes an HDR. If you go up to series, it'll continue to shoot in HDR. One of the accessories I purchased for the 7100 was the Nikon WU1A wireless mobile adapter. And it's really a spectacular feature. A lot of people have been clamoring for a way to get their pictures from the SLR up to the internet, and this enables you to do it. Now I already attached it to the camera. Let me show you how it works. It's very simple. It gives you a case that clips on to the camera strap. You open up the case, and the device is in there, and the device is lanyard to the strap also. We'll open up the port where it connects to, and plug it in. Press the shutter button halfway and it starts to light up. Now it's transmitting a Wi-Fi signal for the iPhone to pick up. The app for this is free. Let's go to the app. But first we need to pick up that device with our Wi-Fi on the iPhone. We'll go to Wi-Fi, turn Wi-Fi on, and it immediately sees it as the Nikon WU211, and it automatically connected. So now we're connected to the camera. Now let's open the app and see what functionality it has. Here's the app, and it shows pictures on the 7100. Let's click Select. Let's select one of the pictures. This was an HDR picture. Click Download. Download. And it moves pretty quick. That's real time. And then we'll say done. Get out of the app. Go to Photos, Camera Roll, and here's the picture. Now we could take that picture and bring it right up to Facebook. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review of the new Nikon D7100. In conclusion, its greatest value is picture quality. It also shoots 7 frames per second and is compatible with most of the lenses for the Nikon line. In the future, look for other videos on HDR, panoramas, Photoshop, and other hardware reviews. Thank you.